Hey everyone. I guess since I'm in India, I'm going to be doing my presentation like this. So, just listen up for a few minutes and let me tell you about my final reflection. I decided to do my paper on reflection. It's something that I've really realized is a big part of my life now this semester, and that I've learned over reflecting and looking back on my semester how much I have learned and how important reflection has become. So why not do my paper on reflection? So a few things that I started looking at and really noticing that maybe I hadn't noticed before I started writing this were how how I've started implementing these strategies and these things we've learned in class into my own life. I've been lucky enough to not only take this class, but also the thriving class that Harry Pickens teaches, the other honors seminar. So I got to take both at the same time, and they both kind of focused on, while Harry's class focuses more on life and living life and thriving, this class still focuses on changing your ways and thinking maybe a more thriving business life. So I've been really lucky to be able to incorporate both of these kind of into what I've been doing. So one of the first things that I noticed and I started reflecting on were my savory walks. I'm one of those people who gets in the zone and I'm just walking to class. So savory walks has definitely been something, taking different routes to class and making sure I notice different things about what's around me and the design and things. It's just been really neat watching the squirrels and watching nature. I feel like it just gives me a better sense of appreciation of where I am instead of just being hustle bustle all the time. Especially being in the city, it's so easy to get caught up in that. Going back to my very first paper on creativity was I was so focused on writing with my left hand, and while that is yes still part of me making this development into the more creative side of things, it hasn't been as big of a thing that I've been focusing on as some of the other things. But I've also noticed after doing this for several months that not only has my left hand gotten better at writing and more creative, but also my right hand. So kind of it's just a follow up on my first paper. Thought you guys might want to know that also my right hand's gotten a lot better at like making letters and like my creativity and artistry. It has just really come along, and I think it's because I've had to focus so hard on really focusing on what I'm doing with my left hand that it's also helped develop my right hand. So that's been pretty neat. Another thing is that I've become really inspired with design. It amazes me how much design is around us, just sitting in this room. The window, the blinds, the poster, everything is designed. So, somebody who really got me thinking about that was Maggie during her creative first paper, and how she was saying, like, she put it as something on the wall in the room and was like, I just really don't like that, and I just don't find it aesthetically pleasing. But then the color of this wall and the way the furniture goes together really makes me feel comfortable. And I've started realizing how much that design and the way things kind of mesh together really do affect your mood, even though most of the time it's subconsciously. So I've really been focusing on design and even looking at buildings and why things are the way they are and why things are built that way. So that's been really interesting. Something else that I've really been focusing on is play and exercise. Sorry about that. And play and exercise is just something that I've been incorporating. I take breaks now when I'm studying instead of just going straight through. I've been playing games and just being more kid-like around some of my friends, and that's my personality. So I've had a really good time just getting to experiment with that and just having my mood improved. Also, I've taken the initiative to sign up for an exercise class next semester, so I'm going to be playing basketball at least twice a week, and I hope to be running before that. So I think that'll help me get out a lot of my jittery energy, which I'm really excited about. So something else that I feel like has been profoundly impactful is the no limitations on coming up with solutions. When we did that group project and we had to just think outside the box, and money wasn't a constraint, and time wasn't a constraint, and feasibility wasn't a constraint, there were so many ideas we came up with, which I thought was really neat. One of the ideas we had for campus was making a large slide from the Sac to West Side, and how much fun that would be. So even though we were just throwing out fun, goofy ideas, like it really helped me expand like my thinking. And wow, there's so many options I close off just because I don't even give them the chance. So that's another thing that I've also done. My really big thing that I've been working on this semester is gratitude journals and kind of keeping up with being thankful. And I think that helps with my empathy too, and just realizing how blessed I am and how even when things go wrong, that I should be blessed to even have that problem in my life. Like if I fight with my best friend, at least I have my best friend, So things like that, looking for the positive in everything has really been something I've focused on this semester. For my prop, I have, or my visual, I have this book. I made this book this year. It came in the mail as free. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It says Top 10 Photos and Life Through the Lens. Basically, I made this photo book and I reflected on my year, which has kind of been my focus, and looked at the top 10 moments of my year, the top 10 most impactful things that have affected me. So I guess I'll show you a page or two. One of my things was, one of the first ones was living in Thrackled. How that had just a really profound impact on who I am today. Another one was working derby and just getting that experience and stuff. So every moment in here has affected me in some way. And when I made this book, I really had to go back. It took me hours. And I really had to go through all my pictures and everything that I had done in the year and pick out the top 10 things that really meant the most to me. But it gave me another chance to reflect on, well, why did this mean so much to me, and why did this have such a profound impact on me? So I really enjoyed getting to make this book, and I just feel like it really sums up the reflection side that I've really been focusing on this year. So that was a really neat thing, and I encourage you guys to do it, even if it's not in book form, but maybe just a PowerPoint or something that you can really reflect and see just how much impact you've had on your year. So that's pretty much my journey from the analytical left side of my brain to the creative right side of my brain. And I feel like I'm really exercising that, whether it's writing bubble letters and creating stuff on the side of my notes, or making photo books like this one, or, anything like that, just opening my mind to more possibilities. So I definitely think this class has had a big impact on me. So that's all I've got, but I hope you guys are having a good time and finals are going well, and I'll see you guys next year. Thanks. Bye.